Oh no, oh no, my cold light spills across the rail. Every step removes a veil. I don't ask what comes of this. I trust the pull I can't dismiss. Windows flash like passing thoughts. Every rule I learn gets crossed. I don't wait for timing cues. I move before the view. Ooh, there's a weight in what I feel, not to stop me, make it real. Every breath is drawing near to the shift I came to hear. I stay inside the breakaway, where the moment starts to lead. Every second feels expandable. Nothing here is in between. I stay inside the breakaway, let the frame begin to slide. When the ground won't hold its shape, I don't retreat, I realign. Crowds reduced to lines and tone. Still I never feel alone. Every choice I didn't plan fits the pattern where I stand. Time compresses then releases. Every doubt just loses pieces. I don't chase a fixed result, I let motion be the ball. There's a signal in the rush, like a whisper getting close. Every pulse turns into thrust when I stop needing control. I stay inside the breakaway, where the moment starts to lead. Every second feels expandable. Nothing here is in between. I stay inside the breakaway, no return to yesterday. When the future shifts its way, I adapt without the no countdown. I'm already there, reading shifts in the open air. Every fraction maps a route. I convert the pressure to output, not reaction. It's design. I compose in real old time. If the system bends the rules, I respond with sharper tools. I don't mirror what was done, I refine while moving on. Every limit asks me why, I reply by multiplying try. If the lights all fade to gray, would you still feel what I feel? There's a calm inside the break when the change begins to see. I don't need a cleaner clear, I don't need a guarantee. In the stretch between the lines, I discover what I need. I stay inside the breakaway, every breath becomes a sign. When the pressure pulls too close, I don't fracture, I align. I stay inside the breakaway, let it test the core of me. When the moment splits the road, I choose motion, I'm set free. Let it bend and let it stay, no resolve but in play. When the silence finds its way, I'm still moving through the sway. Blue haze rolling through the wire. Every sound climbs slightly higher. I don't stop to trace the start. I feel the pull before the spark. Streetlights smear into a line. Every second bends the time. What I thought was set in stone loosens when I move alone. The night hums low, then opens wide, like a door I kept inside. I don't reach for what I knew, I let the shift come breaking through. There's a charge beneath the comb, like a breath before the storm. Every pause begins to glow when I let the current flow. I don't ask for guarantees, I don't wait for clarity. When the ground forgets its place, I keep moving, change my pace. I stay inside the transition, where the old and new collide. Every moment feels elastic when I stop picking a side. I stay inside the transition, let it stretch me, let it breathe. When the past releases grip, I don't resist, I proceed. Reflections ripple on the glass. Every version slips right past what I dropped along the way. Left more space for me to stay. Crowds dissolve to undertone. Still I feel distinctly shown. Every step I didn't plan finds its meaning where I land. Time expands and folds again. Every loss becomes a gain. I don't chase a final form, I adjust to what is forming. There's a signal in the strain, like a action. Every fracture shows the seam. I redesign the in-between, not reaction. This is craft. Every pivot builds my path. I don't echo yesterday. I recalibrate the way pressure speaks in broken tones. I translate them as my own. No rehearsal, no repeat. I compose beneath my feet. If the structure starts to slide, I expand the space. If the moment won't resolve, would you stay inside the blur? There's a calm and transition when I stop demanding. Sure, I don't need a locked door clean. I don't need a perfect sign. In the shift to finally feel what is mine and what aligns. Hide up. I stay inside the transition. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls me apart, I don't scatter or realign. I stay inside the transition. Let it test my core again. When the future changes shape, I don't freeze. I transcend. Let it move, let it stay. Not complete but on its way. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving, still transforming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Young rain on the concrete skin. Every step feels like a breach within. I don't know who I was before, but the sound keeps asking for more. Shadows talk in coded light. Every face reflects tonight. I don't search for certainty. I move with this intensity. There's a tension in the air, like the world is unaware. Every breath is drawing close to the edge I chose the most. I run straight through the static where the silence starts to bend. Every moment feels electric, like a start that has no end. I run straight through the static, let it pull me out of line. When the signal breaks the pattern, I don't stall, I redefine. City pulses in my chest. Nothing here is built to rest. All the rules I try to keep fade beneath the rhythm's grip. Hey, that I used to hide turns transparent in the light. I don't need a perfect view. I trust what the motion does. No pause, no replay. I move in real time. Every fracture in the frame turns to design. I don't echo what they said, I recalibrate. Turn pressure into presence, hesitation into fade. Every limit wants to speak, I reply with motion. Not devotion to the past, just forward devotion. I don't freeze when the system shakes. I evolve in the middle of the breaks. Hey, read the room by the pulse on the floor. If the ground starts shifting, now I'm more. No disguise, no borrowed tone. I make this moment of my own. If the lights all fall apart, would you still feel where we are? There's a calm inside the rush when I stop holding it up. I don't need it safe or clear. I don't need it justified. In the blur I finally see what it means to be alive. I run straight through the static. Every breath becomes a sign. When the noise is overwhelming, I don't fracture, I align. I run straight through the static. No retreat, no second guess. When the future hits my system, I respond with readiness. Let it ring, let it stay. Not resolved, but fully played. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving, still reborn. Pure voltage under my skin. Every sound pulls me back in. I don't wait for cues to land. I read the pulse, I understand. Street signs blur then realign. Every second bends the line. What I thought I had to keep starts dissolving in the beat. The air is sharp, unfinished, like a thought that never quit. I don't reach for solid ground. I move where nothing's nailed down. There's a pressure in the lift, like the hinge before a shift. Every breath begins to lean toward a space I haven't seen. I don't ask for certainty, I don't need it guaranteed. When the balance won't behave, I respond without delay. accelerate. Light rebounds and broken arcs. Every loss ignites a spark. What I dropped along the way left more range for me to play. Crowds dissolve to undertones till I feel distinctly known. Every step I didn't plan finds a pattern where I land. Time compresses and expands. Every doubt rewrites my hands. I don't chase the final frame. I evolve inside the change. There's a signal in the sway, like a wave that won't obey. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing breaking through. I don't need the ground to round. I don't need a steady clock. When the outline starts to slide, I can move another side. I stay inside the oscillation where the motion swings both ways. Every moment feels intentional when I stop demanding stay. I stay inside the oscillation, no retreat, no fixed domain. When the future shifts its way, I recalibrate. No center point, I ride the swing. Turn fluctuation into wing. Every fracture shows a range. I don't panic, I exchange. Not reaction, this is craft. Every pivot sharpens path. I don't echo what was done, I refine while moving on. Pressure talks and rise and lows. I translate it as it goes. No rehearsal, no repeat. I compose beneath my feet. If the system pulls apart, I keep rhythm at the heart. If the balance won't decide, would you stay in? I stay inside. There's a common oscillation. When I stop demanding stay, I don't need a fix to still. I don't need to justify. In the motion I can feel what can bend and still survive. I stay inside the oscillation. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls out of phase, I don't scatter. I'll stay inside the oscillation. Let it test my core again. When the future swings too wide, I transcend. Let it move, let it return. Not a loss, but what I learned. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving through the storm. Hitchiner on the avenue. Hitchiner on the avenue. Every step is overdue. I don't ask what I should say. I release what couldn't stay. Like poses them the seats. Like the part that outruns me. I don't race for impact now. I lean forward anyhow. Air goes thin and opens wide. Every sense is amplified. I don't cling to yesterday. I let the present rearrange. There's a pressure in the core, like a signal holding on. And it goes pulls closer soon to move against my will. Out and so to analyze. I don't need it, could apply. When the current tightens grip, I decide to let it slip. I stay right at the outset, where the timing sets to sway. Every moment feels to liberate when the rules refuse to make. I stay right at the outset, let it call me out to say. When the balance won't return, I don't freeze, I rethink. Yeah, fractures still along the grass. Every shadow moves too fast. What I thought would hold me down turns to life without a sound. Crowds who's left to unreturns. Till I feel distinct pressure. Every choice I didn't plan. Fight to live from where I stand. Time compresses, time stands. Every loss he breaks my hands. I don't chase a fixer's all. I fall with motion ends to fall. There's a signal in the shade, like a wire humming train. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing I will do. I don't wait to settle in. I don't need it safe or clean. When the line begins to blur, I move closer to the turn. I stay right at the outset, when the timing sets to sway. Every moment feels can liberate when the rules refuse to make. I stay right at the outset, no retreat, no fallback. When the system shifts its way, I redesign a space. No ain't this set, I keep it sharp. Read the margin, read the dart. Every fracture marks the gate. I don't hesitate, I iterate. Not reaction, this is craft. I refine while moving fast. Precious geeks and broken code. I translate it as I go. No rise while holding on. If the center drifts away, would you still remain with me? There's a clarity in our share when I stop demanding symmetry. I don't need the ground to skate, I don't need it like I'm chasing it up for cheaper lies. I discover new design. Try to say I stay right at the outset. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls out the face, I don't scatter, I decide. I stay right at the outset. Every test I sense the force. When the future slips, takes time, I adapt and carry on. You're the light, not gonna let it lead. Never lost to what I need. From the silence, that's you. I'm so moving, offset, true. Midnight colors blur the lane. Every sound rewrites my name. I don't stop to read the signs. I let the rhythm bend the time. Glass reflections split and fade. Every move I never made finds me now in sharper form, like a calm before the storm. There's a pressure in my chest, not a threat, a subtle test. Every breath pulls me ahead of the words I never said. I lean into the motion where the balance starts to slide. Every second feels intentional when I let the edges collide. I lean into the motion, let it teach me how to stay. When the ground begins to soften, I don't run, I rearrange. Oh, 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 I rearrange. Oh, 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 oh. Crowd dissolve to a low hum. Every fear I had goes numb. I don't need a fixed design, I adjust in real time. Lights converge and drift apart. Every echo hits the heart. What I dropped along the way left more room for me to change. Signal in the noise, like a call without a voice. Every pause is charged with heat when my steps sync with the beat. I lean into the motion where the balance starts to slide. Every second feels intentional when I let the edges collide. I lean into the motion, no return, no fallback plan. When the future leans too close, I expand to meet its hand. No freeze frame, I keep it fluid. Every risk feels calculated, intuitive. Read the shift in the undertone. I don't chase the crown, I claim my zone. Pressure talks and broken math, I translate it in the path. No rehearsal, no delay, I design the move I play. Every fracture shows a way, I don't copy yesterday. If the system touches my ground, I respond with forward sound. If the moment splits in two, would you stay inside the sway? There's a calm in letting go. When I stop demanding I don't need the edge defined, I don't need a black or white. In between I finally learn how to bend and not to break. I lean into the motion, as the noise gets overwhelmed. I lean into the motion, every doubt becomes a guide. When the noise gets overwhelming, I don't scatter, I align. I lean into the motion, let it pull me further in. When the world begins to shift, that's exactly where I win. Let it stretch, let it breathe, not controlled, but fully seen. When the silence finds its place, I'm still moving in this space. Softly I'm breathing on the wall. Every echo feels intentional. I don't wait for night to settle, I step in while it's in a flux. Footsteps blur with passing frames. Every sound rewrites my aim. What I thought was solid ground starts responding when I move now. The air is tense but wide awake, like a signal mid-update. I don't brace, I synchronize with the change before my eyes. There's a lift inside the drag, like assistance pulling back. Every pause begins to glow when I stop passing too low. I don't need it. framed or clear. I don't need it justified. When the balance starts to drift, I adjust from the inside. I stay inside the modulation where the pattern starts to bend. Every second feels expendable and I don't defend the edge. I stay inside the modulation, let it reshape how I move. When the signal shifts its tone, I evolve into the groove. Life fractures then aligns. Every loss redesigns time. What I dropped along the way left more bandwidth for today. Crowd dissolve to undertones. Still I feel distinctly known. Every step I didn't plan fits the rhythm where I land. Time compresses then releases. Every doubt breaks into pieces. I don't gather what is gone, I convert it into motion. Pulse beneath the noise like a choice before a choice. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing I will do. I don't wait for things to lock. I don't need a steady clock. When the line begins to sway, I can move another way. I stay inside the modulation where the pattern starts to bend. Every second feels expendable when I don't defend the edge. I stay inside the modulation, no retreat, no fallback zone. When the structure shifts its frame, I redesign it as my own. No fixed rate, I vary speed. Read the room, adjust the feed. Every fracture in the sound shows me where to pivot now. Not reaction, this is craft. Every shift improves the path. I don't echo what was done, I refine while moving on. Pressure talks in coded waves. I translate what it embeds. No rehearsal, no repeat. I compose beneath my feet. If the system drops its skin, I rebuild it from within. If the form begins to fade, would you still stay in the change? There's a calm inside modulation when I stop demanding shape. I don't need it sharp or still. I don't need it locked or true. In the flow I finally feel what can bend and still come through. I stay inside the modulation. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls out of phase, I don't scatter, I realize. I stay inside the modulation, let it test my core again. When the future shifts its form, I adapt and transcend. Let it stretch, let it slide. Not control but amplify. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving, still informed. Da 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 da. Flicker glow across the screen. Every moment in between. I don't wait for things to load. I move ahead of what I know. The signals overlap and fade. Every choice I never made finds me now in clearer form, like the quiet before the storm. That syncs up with distant sound. Every step redraws the ground. What I carry starts to thin as the next phase settles in. There's a tension, a delay, like a pause that wants to stay. Every heartbeat pulls me close to a shift I almost chose. I don't ask to slow it down. I don't need it spelled out loud. When the timing starts to slip, I lean further into it. I stay inside the latency where the answer isn't clear. Every second feels intentional when I don't outrun the fear. Da 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 da. I stay inside. Da 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 da. I stay. 1, 2, 3, I stay. Life refracts in silent waves. Every loss begins to save. What I dropped along the way left more room for what will stay. Crowds dissolve to undertone. Still I feel distinctly shown. Every step I didn't plan fits the rhythm where I land. Time compresses then expands. Every doubt rewrites my hands. I don't chase a final form, I respond to what is forming. There's a pull beneath the weight, like the hinge before the gate. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing breaking through. I don't need a frame to lock. I don't need a steady clock. When the outline starts to bend, I adjust before the end. I stay inside the latency where the answer isn't clear. Every second feels intentional when I don't outrun the fear. I stay in swag, no buffer, no escape, I sit with the gap. Every venture in the flow shows me where I adapt. I don't fill it with noise, I don't force reply. Turn the weight and attention, let the moment amplify. Not reaction, it's restraint, every pulse sharpens intent. I don't rush to override, I let time and realign. Pressure speaks in subtle codes, I decode it slow and close. No rehearsal, no repeat, I refine beneath the beat. If the system skips a frame, I redesign inside the delay. If the moment doesn't land, would you still stay in the space? There's a clarity in latency when I stop demanding pace. I don't need it fast or clean, I don't need it resolved now. In the way to finally feel what I'm ready to unlock. I stay inside the latency, every breath becomes a guide. When the silence stretches long, I don't scatter, I abide. I stay inside the latency, let it test my sense of time. When the answer comes in fragments, I align. Let it linger, let it hold, not too new and not too old. When the silence fills the frame, I remain unchanged. Soft glass blown through the haze, every step relays the face. I don't pause, I check the map, I feel the pull, I take the pace. Street lights me to a tone, like a signal overgrown. But I go beside the stone, starts to shift when I move along. Lost things up hitting the gates, every second finds space. I don't reach for solid ground, I let intention in the sound. There's a way inside the left, like the one that holds true. Every box begins to grow when I start to land in no. I don't lead it like we're sure, I don't need a fixed contour. When the balance starts to lead, I stop from in between. I stay ready, interference, give a signal to alert. transform. Light fractures across the wall, every limit feels too small. What I tried to calculate slips away but recalibrates. Crowds dissolve to undertones, still I feel distinctly known. Every choice I didn't plan finds me right where I stand. Time compresses, then releases, every doubt breaks into pieces. I don't gather what I lost, I convert it into force. There's a signal in the strain, like a pattern breaking chain. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing I will do. I don't ask to slow it down, I don't need the ground to stay. When the moment starts to bend, I can move another way. I'll stay deep in the instability, where the structure won't respond. Every second feels intentional. When the rules are almost gone, I stay deep in the instability. No retreat, no fallback zone. When the center can't hold steady, I redesign it as my own. No anchor point, I read the sway, turning balance into play. Every fracture shows a door. I don't freeze, I want more. Not reaction, this is craft. Every pivot built to last. I don't mirror what was done, I evolve while moving on. Pressure talks in broken math, I translate it into path. No rehearsal, no delay, I compose in real-time sway. If the system splits it seems, I rebuild it in between. If the form begins to fade, would you still remain with me? There's a clarity in motion when I stop demanding symmetry. I don't need it safe or still, I don't need it justified. In the shift I finally feel what can bend and still survive. I stay deep in the instability, every breath becomes a guide. When the noise begins to pull me, I don't scatter, I realign. I stay deep in the instability, let it test my core again. When the moment breaks its balance, I don't fall, I let it move without repair. No return to what was there. When the silence starts to form, I'm still standing in the storm. White light spills across the floor, every sound unlocks a door. I don't know what I was chasing, but it's clearer than before. Steps collide with passing time, every thought begins to climb. What I tried to hold in place starts to loosen, starts to slide. Crowds dissolve into a blur, still I feel the pull get firmer. I don't need a final shape, I respond to what occurs. The air is tight but breathing works like tension, finding its worth. Every signal I ignore comes back louder than before. There's a pressure in the pause, like a question if a cause. Every breath is leaning in to the moment I'm about to cross. I don't ask for certainty, I don't wait for symmetry. When the ground begins to shift, I decide who I will be. I stay right in the imbalance, where the future hasn't formed. Every second stretches wider when I don't need to be sure. I stay right in the imbalance, let it test my center line. When the weight begins to scatter, I reassemble in real time. Glass reflections crack and bend, every end feels like a bend. What I lost along the way left more room for what's ahead. I don't carry yesterday like a rule I have to obey. Every step I didn't plan finds a reason where I stand. Voices fade into a tone, still I never feel alone. There's a rhythm in the doubt that keeps pulling me back out. I don't need reply, I don't need to justify. When the pattern starts to break, I don't freeze, I modify. There's a signal in the noise, like a call without a voice. Every pause turns into thrust when I choose to trust the choice. I stay right in the imbalance, where the future hasn't formed. Every second stretches wider when I don't need to be sure. I stay right in the imbalance, no retreat, no safety line. When the balance starts collapsing, I reframe it in real time. No delay, I read the shift, turn instability to lift. Every fracture draws a map, I don't panic, I adapt. Not reaction, this is craft, every move is built to last. I don't echo what was done, I evolve while moving on. Pressure talks and broken signs, I translate them into drive. No rehearsal, no repeat, I redesign beneath my feet. If the system pulls apart, I rewire it from the heart. If the ground gives up its role, would you still stay in the fold? There's a calm inside the strain when I stop demanding control. I don't need the edge to find, I don't need a black or white. In the space where things don't fit, I discover how I shine. I stay right in the imbalance. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise begins to pull me, I don't scatter, I realign. I stay right in the imbalance. Let it stretch me past the fear. When the moment breaks its pattern, I don't step back, I appear. Let it shake, let it stay. Not resolved but fully played. When the silence starts to ride, I'm still standing in between. Pale light leaking through the cracks. Every second bends the past. I don't reach for what I knew. I let the present pull me through. Footsteps echo, stretch, repeat. Like the ground is incomplete. Every rule I learned to trust starts to soften, starts to rust. I don't stop to the grace. I respond to what evolves. Every moment shifts its tone till the unfamiliar feels like home. There's a tension in the weight, like the hinge before a gate. Every breath aligns the beat with the wrist beneath my feet. I don't ask how this will end, I don't try to recommend. When the balance starts to blur, I'm all close and not deterred. I stand inside the fracture, where the future splits in sound. Every second feels expanded when the center isn't found. I stand as a fraction, let it open, let it stay. When the structure shows its limits, I don't turn, I step halfway. Glass reflection, bend and slide. Every truth is amplified. What I dropped along the way left more space for me to change. Time unfolds in broken lines. Every loss redesigns. I don't gather what is gone, I convert it into momentum. The earth's life but breathing holds, like touching doing what it's told. Every doubt that pulls me back turns into a forward track. There's a signal in the strain, not a warning, not a claim. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing I will do. I don't need the ground to stay, I don't need it justified. When the edge refuses shape, I can read it in my stride. I stand inside the fracture, where the future splits in sound. Every second feels expanded when the center isn't found. I stand inside the fraction, no retreat, no fixed design. When the moment breaks its pattern, I redefine the line. No anchor, no delay, I'm moving while it breaks. Every fracture in the system shows me different takes. I don't copy what was built, I rebuild. In the shift, turn instability to balance, turn the fall into lift. Every signal talks in fragments, I assemble the frame. Not chasing clarity, I sharpen inside the change. No rehearsal, no repeat, every move is alive. I adapt in real time, that's the way I survive. Pressure talks in coded waves, I translate what it's embed. If the structure starts to split, I expand the space I'm in. If the ground dissolves beneath, would you still stay in the sway? There's a calm inside the fracture when I stop needing it safe. I don't need the edge to find, I don't need a cleaner ride. In the break I finally sense how to move without defense. I stand inside the fracture, every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls me apart, I don't scatter, I align. I stand inside the fracture, let it test me, let it stay. When the future breaks its form, I don't freeze, I find my way. Open, let it ring, not lost but everything. When the silence starts to grow, I'm still standing in the flow. Open, let it ring, not lost but everything. When the silence starts to grow, I'm still standing in the flow. Neon shadows stretch and fold. Every second feels half told. I don't stop to read the frame, I let the motion call my name. The footsteps echo out of sync, like the edge is closer than I think. Every rule I tried to save falls behind the path I made. There's a tremor in the calm, not a threat, just moving on. Every breath begins to lean toward a shift I haven't seen. I stay inside the drift line, where the balance isn't fixed. Every moment feels elastic, like the future hasn't picked. I stay inside the drift line, let it pull me out of form. When the ground begins to wander, I stay steady. cracks and broken waves. Every doubt begins to cave. I don't need a solid sign. I read intention in the climb. Voices blur into a tone. Still I know I'm not alone. Every step I didn't plan fits the pattern where I stand. There's a signal in the sway, like the now won't let me stay. Every pause is charged with heat when uncertainty and rhythm meet. I stay inside the drift line, where the balance isn't fixed. Every moment feels elastic, like the future hasn't picked. I stay inside the drift line, no retreat, we're taking us. When the present starts to slide, I don't freeze, I coexist. No anchor I got between. Every fracture sharpens my scene. I don't chase what used to work. I design inside the blur. Pressure talks in subtle codes. I decode them as I go. Not reaction, not delay. I evolve in forward sway. Every limit bends and breaks. I convert the fault to shape. No repeat, no carbon trace. I move faster than the space. If the center won't hold still, would you stay inside the pool? There's a clarity in motion when I stop demanding rules. I don't need the edge defined. I don't need a perfect line. In the drift I finally feel what is shifting, what is real. I stay inside the drift line. Every breath becomes a guide. When the structure starts to loosen, I don't fall, I realign. I stay inside the drift line. Let it trust me past control. When the future won't sit still, I stay fluid, I stay whole. Let it move without a name. Not restrained, not explained. When the silence starts to rise, I'm still drifting open-eyed. Oh, soft static hanging in the air. Every color shifts somewhere. I don't rush to make it clear. I let the blur stay close and near. Neon traces on my skin, like the start that's buried in. Every step I hesitate still arrives right at the gate. Time stretches, pulls apart. Every sound rewrites the start. I don't hold what used to fit. I let the moment legit. There's a signal in the haze, not demanding, just awake. Every breath begins to lean toward a space I've never seen. I don't ask for certainty, I don't need it guaranteed. When the outline starts to bend, I adjust before the end. I stay inside I evolve in overtone. Pressure speaks in broken time. I decode it line by line. No delay, I modulate. Turn resistance into weight. Every limit tests my form. I respond by staying warm. If the signal drops its skin, I redesign from within. If the image won't resolve, would you still stay in the blur? There's a clarity in motion when I stop demanding more. I don't need it sharp or still. I don't need it pure or clean. In the distortion I can feel every layer in between. I stay inside the distortion. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls me in circles, I don't scatter, I realize. I stay inside the distortion. Let it stretch me past control. When the future breaks its focus, I adapt and make it whole. Let it fade without a frame. Not reduced, not renamed. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving through the storm. Dim light breathing on the edge. Every second feels misread. I don't stop to clarify. I let the moment multiply. Footsteps echo, stretch, collide. Like the floor won't synchronize. Every rule I try to keep slips away beneath the beat. The air is tight but wide awake. Like a promise a mid remake. I don't reach for what was safe. I move while everything reshapes. There's a pull inside the pause. Not a threat, a hidden cause. Every breath begins to lean toward a shift I haven't seen. I don't ask for certainty. I don't need a guarantee. When the balance won't comply, I respond. I don't deny. I stay inside the displacement where the center won't align. Every moment feels intentional when I leave the line behind. I stay inside the displacement. Let it stretch my sense of ground. When the structure loses focus, I rebuild from moving sound. Light refracts, then bends again. Every end feels like a bend. What I dropped along the way left more room for what can stay. Crowds dissolve to undertones. Still I feel distinctly known. Every step I didn't plan finds its rhythm where I land. Time compresses, then releases. Every doubt breaks into pieces. I don't gather what is gone. I convert it into measure. Signal in the strain, like a rhythm breaking chain. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing I will do. I don't wait for things to lock. I don't need a steady clock. When the hour starts to sway, I can move another you. I don't wait for things to lock. I don't need a steady clock. When the outline starts to sway, I can move another way. I stay inside the displacement where the center won't align. Every moment feels intentional when I leave the line behind. I stay inside the displacement. No retreat, no fallback zone. When the system shifts its weight, I redesign it as my own.
No anchor point, I read the drift. Turn misalignment into lift. Every fracture shows a map. I don't panic, I adapt, not reaction. This is craft. Every pivot built to last. I don't echo what was done. I evolve, I'm moving on. Pressure talks and broken math. I translate it into path. No rehearsal, no repeat. I compose beneath my feet.
If the structure splits its seams, I expand the in-between. If the ground refuses place, would you still stay in this way? There's a calm in displacement when I stop demanding straight. I don't need it clean or still. I don't need it justified. In the shift I finally feel what can bend and still survive. I stay inside the displacement where the center won't align. Every moment feels intentional when I leave the line behind. I stay inside the displacement. Let it test my core again. When the future breaks its frame, I extend. Let it move without repair. No return to what was there. When the silence starts to form, I'm still standing in the Searching over chrome, every street feels overgrown. I don't slowly read the signs, I move ahead of borrowed time. I lose flash, they lose the shake. Every rule begins to break. What I carried sucks to thin. Lost the next day pulls me in. The essence starts to open wide, like I felt between the lines. I don't reach for what was safe. I step into the unstable. The tremor in the pause, too bad ignores and lies. So bright for nights to be, but the wrist beneath my seat. I don't read the certainty. I don't ask what's left of me. When the balance won't comply, I let instinct qualify. I stay inside the deviation, where the time slips is cold. Every second feels intentional when the rules are getting old. I stay inside the deviation, let it try. Then the system shoots its way. I don't resist, I reapply. Like flashes, then recombine. So we lost, redesigns. Time wanna jump along the way. Left more room for what will stay. Cause of the undertones, still I feel the spirit we shown. Every move I didn't plan finds alignment where I land. Time to pressures then expand. Side me, dot me, rest my hands. I don't chase the final frame. I get caught inside the chain. The signal and the strain, like the rhythm breaking chain. Every Aussie comes with you. Forever makes thing I will do. I don't need the ground to love. I don't need a steady clock. When the outlines starts to sway, I
set, I read the merge. Turn collision into surge. Every fracture shows a seam. I stitch motion in between. Not reaction, this is craft. Every pivot builds my path. I don't echo what was done. I refine while moving on. Pressure speaks in coded flow. I decode it as I go. No rehearsal, no repeat. I redesign beneath my feet. If the structure starts to split, I unite what doesn't fit. If the parts refuse to blend, would you still stay in the pool? There's a common convergence when I stop demanding whole. I don't need it clean or still. I don't need it justified. In the merge I finally feel what can join and still survive. I stay inside the convergence. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls me apart, I don't scatter, I align. I stay inside the convergence. Let it test my core again. When the future breaks in pieces, I transcend. Let it meet, let it stay. Not corrected, not delayed. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving through the storm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Soft pulse running through the grid. Every answer half forbid. I don't wait to lock the frame. I move while everything's in play. Street light echoes off the glass. Every future slips the past. What I try to hold in place starts responding to the pace. The air feels wide, unbalanced like a signal, slightly slanted. I don't pause to make it right. I step forward through the light. There's a pressure in the lane, like a now that won't stay clean. Every breath begins to load with the force I haven't showed. I don't ask where this will end. I don't need it to pretend. When the balance starts to slide, I decide. I stay inside the asymmetry where the sides won't match in line. Every moment feels intentional when I leave the center behind. I stay inside the asymmetry, let it tilt, let it breathe. When the structure shifts its weight, I don't freeze, I proceed. Light refracts in uneven beams. Every doubt distorts the seams. What I dropped along the run left more room for what's begun. All crowds dissolve to undertones. Still I feel distinctly known. Every step I didn't plan finds direction where I stand. Time compresses, then releases. Every fear breaks into pieces. I don't chase a final stage, I recalibrate. Rap, no perfect mirror, I break the line. Turn imbalance into design. Every fracture shows a gain. I don't panic, I maintain. Not reaction, this is craft. Every pivot draws a path. I don't echo what was done. I refine while moving on. Pressure speaks in offset sound. I translate it underground. No rehearsal, no repeat. I redesign beneath my feet. If the system pulls to one, I expand the other side. If the form refuses match, would you still stay in this way? There's a calm inside a symmetry when I stop demanding same. I don't need it clean or fair. I don't need it justified. In the tilt, I finally feel what survives. I stay inside the asymmetry. Every breath becomes a guide. When the noise pulls me apart, I don't scatter, I align. I stay inside the asymmetry. Let it test my core again. When the future shifts its frame, I transcend. Let it lead, let it stay. Not corrected, not delayed. When the silence starts to form, I'm still moving through the norm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Warm static crawling up the spine. Every second slips the line. I don't wait for signals clear. I move before the shift is near. Streetlight halo stretch and fade. Every plan I try gets frayed. What I thought would keep me still starts responding to my will. Breath comes slow, then surges fast. Like that the present overtakes the past. I don't brace, I synchronize with the pressure in disguise. There's a pull I cannot run, like the echo before the drum. Every pause tightens the thread between the words I never said. I don't
nothing's ever what it seems. Every loss I couldn't frame feeds the fire in the chain. Crowds dissolve to moving sounds. Still I know where I am found. Every choice I didn't plan finds alignment where I stand. Time folds and then opens wide. Every doubt gets multiplied. I don't chase a perfect end. I evolve with every bend. There's a rhythm in the strain, like a wire pulled too tight. Every pause becomes a cue for the next assist of light. I don't wait for things to settle. I don't need it safe or gentle. When the balance starts to shake, I adjust before it breaks. I stay the acceleration gap where the timing doesn't match. Every second feels deliberate. When then the limits start to crack, I stay inside the acceleration gap. No retreat, no fallback plan. When the future pulls too close, I expand. No countdown left, I'm already moving. Turn hesitation into proving. Every fracture shows a lane. I don't panic, I remain. Not reaction, this is choice. Every move sharpens my voice. I don't echo what was done, I rewire while I run. Pressure speaks in broken pace. I translate it into space. No rehearsal, no repeat. I redesign beneath my feet. If the structure drops the frame, I accelerate the change. If the speed gets hard to hold, would you still stay in the flow? There's a calm inside the rush when I stop demanding slow. I don't need the edge to find, I don't need it justified. In the surge I finally see what this moment has of me. I stay the acceleration gap. Every breath becomes a guide when the noise pulls me too fast. I don't scatter, I align. I stay aside the acceleration gap. Let it test my core again. When the future hits the edge, I transcend. Let it race, let it bend. Not a start and not an end. When the silence tries to form, I'm still moving, still Cool sparks drifting in slow motion. Every sound bends in ocean. I don't wait for lines to meet, I step ahead of where they will lead. Street signs flicker, lose their role. Every move redraws the whole. What I thought I had to be starts dissolving quietly. The night exhales a sharper tone, like a signal I've outgrown. I don't reach to pull it back, I move forward through the gap. There's a pressure in the rise, like a breath before the dive. Every second pulls me near to a shift I won't defer. I don't stop to second guess, I don't need a safety net. When the moment starts to tilt, I respond with forward intent. I stay inside the acceleration, where the now outruns the plan. Every instant feels intentional when I stop holding who I am. I stay inside the acceleration, let it stretch my sense of time. When the future starts to blur, I don't pause, I realign. Oh, I realign. Lights collide and drift apart. Every echo hits the heart. What I dropped along the way left more room for what's this. Crowds reduced to undertones, still I feel distinctly known. Every choice I didn't plan finds its place where I now stand. Time compresses then releases. Every doubt breaks into pieces. I don't gather what is gone, I convert it into momentum. There's a signal in the rush, like a force I learned to trust. Every pause becomes a cue for the next thing I will do. I don't ask to slow it down, I don't need the ground to stay. When the balance starts to bend, I can move another way. I stay inside the acceleration, where the now outruns the plan. Every instant feels intentional to drive. Every fraction maps a route. I don't panic, I compute, not reaction, this is craft. Every pivot built to last. I don't echo what was done, I evolve while moving on. Pressure talks encoded pace, I translate it into space. No rehearsal, no repeat, I redesign beneath my feet. If the structure starts to fail, I accelerate the scale. If the speed becomes too much, would you still stay in the flow? There's a calm inside the motion when I stop demanding slow. I don't need the edge inside, I don't need it justified. In the surge I finally feel what can move and still stay